Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Big Wavy Roy Johnson here.
This is the professional Nathan Cruz.
Yo, this is Man Like Davey.
Hi, this is Tom Thurber.
This is Veggie.
This is the Asian sensation Kanji.
This is the Nightmare Fuel Hassan Malone.
This is Joe Rage, the Heavyweight Classic.
This is Mad Dog O'Doherty.
This is Tonga.
I'm the Breaker, Carl Kingsley.
This is the infamous Cameron Solis, and you're listening
You're listening to
Broken but Glorious.
Broken but Glorious.
To Broken but Glorious podcast, because like me, you are head to toe a pro.
Hello and welcome to my Brit Rest Journey. I'm Chris Lappin. I'm delighted to be joined on the line by Anthony Getski. How are you doing this evening, Anthony?
Are you right, buddy? At least you got me name right. I'm
yeah.
good, Sabra.
Yeah, I'm really good. Yeah, huge thanks for joining me this evening. You're my first interview back. I've had about 6 weeks off due to work, so I'm really excited to. Somebody I've wanted on for a while, so it's good. Yeah, so it's just been announced. Obviously, you just saw it. Kingdom of Wrestling just said that you will be replacing Ryan Aiton against Crash on the 20th next Saturday.
Yeah.
At the Kingdom of Wrestling. I'll be there with my family. We've been to the last 4 Kingdom of Wrestlings. I think we missed the first couple of shows, but yeah, it's the one we always go to now. We love it. So.
I think I've been on I think I've been on every single one so far. This is my second time being a replacement, but I still appreciate the bookings. Bookings are booking, and I'm loving them at the minute.
Yeah.
But I know Clash quite a bit as well because I train. I've been training with Clash since he started training. To be fair, so it's quite nice to have a match against him. I have been trying to push for this match in a lot of places for a while, so I'm looking forward to it. To be fair,
yeah, it should be fun. Yeah, he seems a lot of fun. I think that I've only seen him a few times, so I think he was on the first show. Was it the second show he teamed with Polish Barry? I can't remember which one it was. It was a really fun match. Yeah. So you ever had because he's part of the Shining Wizards, isn't he? And your Wrecking Crew, you had feuds that way, but not had a one-on-one match yet. Is that how it's going on?
We've not had a one-on-one, but I think we've had about 4 or 5 different tag matches. When me and my tag partner won the LWF tag team titles, it was in the final against Shining Wizard. So yeah, that was quite fun. I don't think he's only beaten us once in tag team action, but that's only because we got disqualified.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not actually got a proper win over me yet, so we'll have to see about that.
Oh, amazing! Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah, because I think you've been having a on-off frenemy with Matt Fox at Kingdom of Wrestling since I've been there. So, and you finally teamed with him at the last show in the 10-man tag. So I'm interested to see how that goes forward if you actually carry on being a face, because I think it's weird seeing you as a face. I'm so used to you being the heel, so it's so is that something you can flip between quite easily, being face and heel? Or?
I'm not usually much of the good guy. It's harder to work into.
Yeah.
I'd say I don't usually use the heel and face things of calling it, but yeah, I try to keep to me. I'm always how I am when I wrestle anyway. I don't change anything up really. I just like to see how the crowd get behind me and stuff. And so far it's been easier because the crowds have been in kind of know me. So it's easier to transition. I've only done one show so far as babyface where I didn't know the crowd, but luckily quickly got behind and it went smoothly from there.
Yeah, they're the best ways of transitioning though, because it's like the Stone Cold back in the day was always Stone Cold. He just went from battering the faces to battering the heels. He never changed at all. Yes. The Rock as well. He might tone down his act slightly when he became a face, but he's still as arrogant and everything. So,
to be fair, I watch quite a bit of Finn Balor for that, and obviously a massive Randy Orton fan as well, which they're good with that as well. Not changing the characters, but also it's like they've changed the characters. It's great wrestling. I like how they keep everything the same.
It's okay. Yeah, it took a few goes with Randy because I think he did the first couple of times he trained, he would go a bit smiley, and you're like, no, you're Randy Orton, you don't smile, your voice is in your head, and it's like, you're still a bit weird and crazy. And it's like, and yeah.
Is that like 2004 or 2005 when he first turned proper babyface? Probably
yeah.
It didn't last long though. Yeah, they quickly changed it back to heel, but I like it as both.
Yeah. I'm loving his later run. No, it's like, I thought he might come back and won this World Championship because I think out of him and Orton, I'd like Orton's out of him and Cena maybe because Orton's kind of stuck with the company. I want him to beat Flair's record now and him have the 16th title run because everyone's still saying Cena, but he's barely there. Whereas Randy's probably this last injury run. He's been there since 2002, consistently. He's barely had any breaks. So if anyone deserves to have the break the record, I reckon it's Randy.
I think when he joined OVW, I think that was about 2002. So yeah, he's been with them since then. So how long's that now? Then 21 years.
He must have been. It must have been around in 2000, like later 2002, early 3, because he was on Here Comes the Pain. So that came out in 2003. So he must have made his on-screen debut.
Yeah,
2002. Yeah, but yeah, he's been around for years. So I saw on your Facebook that you've got this great cover picture of you and Aiton Steen. I'm guessing that was from your title match a few weeks ago.
Yes. Yeah. So that was the last match I had under my old name before I changed it to Anthony Getski. I think me and Aiton started training within a month of each other.
Oh wow!
So yeah, and we've had quite a lot of matches together. In our last, we've had 4 singles matches together, which I won the first 3. Then obviously Aiton won the last one, winning the championship. And I think we've had multiple tag team matches against each other as well. So Aiton's one of them people that I've wrestled constantly throughout my career so far. And he's probably, in the nicest way, I always tell him, he's my favourite, or in my top 3 favourite indie wrestlers. I love him. He's got such a unique character. It's going to get in places, and he's a really good wrestler at the same time as well.
Yeah, we saw your match against him at Extreme Fields. Me and my girlfriend went for the day. But yeah, I think that was probably one of her favourite matches. It's like, since she didn't know either of you really coming out of it, she's like, yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Okay, well.
Yeah, she loved it. That was a bit of a last minute thing, her coming with me, because eventually it was just going to be me by myself, and then she said, oh, I'll buy you one for my birthday. Well, great day.
I enjoyed it.
It was long though. I was just like,
but that's why we were looking to go on first though.
Yeah.
We got given the first spot. It's like good because the crowd was fresh for us, which was perfect. But and I didn't stay for the whole show unfortunately, but I stayed for quite a bit of it. But it is a long time. Was it 12 hours?
It was like 3 shows in one day. They'll have like a 2-hour show. Then they'll have like a half-hour break, and then another 2-hour show. That was an hour break. Yeah, it was on for long. We kind of missed the main events because we were just shattered by the time. The break match was kind of the Rumble, which lasted an hour, so so you didn't have to like super concentrate on these matches. But it was a great day. I hope to go again this year. It'd be really a lot of fun. So you said before that match that you'd never see David Getski in LWF again. Does that mean that Anthony Getski is still going to be in LWF? Or?
Yes. They have already advertised me for one show, which I literally did that, I think, 2 days later. But I will be on the main shows as well, because I think that's for the Academy show they've posted. But we'll have to see what I've got, because I don't necessarily know what I've got coming up yet. So hopefully they'll keep booking me in some good stuff.
As I was thinking, because you said David Getski's never going to be the LWF again if I lose. But Anthony, I didn't see Anthony Getski. Yeah, so let's go back. So, who was your favourite wrestler growing up? Let's give away your age, really. So.
My favourite wrestler growing up. I'll go with two: Jamie Noble and Tyson
Ooh.
Kidd.
They're names that don't come up very often. But I can see that. I see definitely Jamie Noble in your style.
I'm a big Jamie Noble fan.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good. Yeah, my 7-year-old's got a slight obsession with Tyson Kidd because he got one of his figures. And he went when he was little, goes, "This is me," and now he just loves watching Tyson Kidd matches.
As a reader, one of my friends got me. It's one of the only two signed things he had that I've got. He got me Tyson Kidd to sign this to me. I don't know if you can see it on.
Oh yeah. Oh, son.
He told him the name's Davey, and he also put David. So that was very fitting with the name change.
Oh, amazing.
As well as me, Finn Balor signed DVD. They're the only two signed things that I actually own. But
oh, amazing. So what was it about Jamie Noble that you like so much? So.
I just like his style. The fact that he was the smaller wrestler, not calling him small, but he was the smaller wrestler that for me could go against people like The Undertaker and still be believable that he could beat up The Undertaker in that match. Eventually would lose, but no matter who he went against, it was like believable he could beat him up in most of his matches, apart from when they started doing the weird thing with the cruiserweight title. But it was, to me, he was a very, and up until his career, until he recently retired, he was very believable no matter what match he had. So to me, that's the type of stuff I look out for, especially with, I'm not the smallest wrestler in the world, but with being a smaller person, I try and make it look more like I can beat people up. Because that's what it's there for. I'm supposed to be there, so like, I'm going to win. And if I don't believe I'm going to win, it's pointless me being there, in my opinion. So that's the mindset I go for when I wrestle.
Yeah, I love the style because he was like scrappy. He could be the scrappy underdog. He could be a proper brawler. He could do the technical stuff, and yeah, you just put him in all these different holes, and he just looks legit in all of them. It feels great. Yeah, if he was around now, I think he could be like intercontinental US level, maybe, because he had the character as well. If like he just came, yeah, he was just at the beginning of when smaller wrestlers would get more respect. And he was probably one of the guys who put it there, really. So him and Tyson Kidd as well. I'd say. Like, Tyson Kidd's not a small guy, but he's small compared to wrestlers.
Yeah. But you see the size they both got into. Tyson Kidd's obviously got his own protein company, and Jamie Noble having his last match recently, like putting on all the size. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
As well, being trained by Drew Gulak as well, who I'm a big fan of as well. He's one of them, not small wrestlers, but one of the smaller, being cruiserweight, who looks like he could just destroy people. Which
he was the best. It was the best thing about 205 Live in the beginning as well. That no fly rules thing he used to do. I thought was hilarious.
I used to watch 205 Live every single week. Him and Tony Nese, loved it. Or Anthony Nese, depending where he's from. But we'll go with Anthony.
Yeah. Cool. So, what prompted you to don the tights to get in the ring yourself? So.
I'm trying to think which match it was I watched now. Remember, I watched. It was a Defiant Wrestling pay-per-view, and it was a match with Rey Mysterio. I can't remember which match it was, but I remember Rey Mysterio being on it, and I was like, "Wow, look what he can do!" I just messaged a wrestling company, wrestling training, and just said, "Can I come down?" Went down once. Had to wait a bit longer, obviously, because I didn't have that much money back then, and wrestling schools weren't everywhere.
No.
So, and I just started training more and more. I loved it. I just ended up doing a few shows, and now that's basically all my life is training, as well as wrestling training and shows. Absolutely love it. I wouldn't change it.
Yeah, I can see why people say I went, and it hurt so much that I never went back because I couldn't walk for best part of a week after my first training. I just never. It was at the start. I was nearly 18 stone. I was getting knackered going up the stairs. So to go into like a full-on Sean only class where he just stretches you to begin with, and then it's like squats. Never done squats in my life. Never done a forward roll since I was 10. Just all these things you've never done. And it's like, I can see why people never go back. But I loved it as well. So
I do love the training side of it. Like, to be fair, if you're not enjoying the training, to me, you shouldn't really be wrestling. Like, the training should be the main part, and then you get the reward of being on shows. I can't even remember what my first sessions were like. I remember touching the ring for the first time. So I've never been to an actual live event or anything like that. My first was just an indie wrestling show. But the first time I saw a ring, I literally went up and put my hand on it. I was like, wow, I've touched the ring. And now it's a bit weird. But then it wasn't. It was like, wow, there's an actual wrestling ring there.
Yeah, well, we went to me and my son. We just had nothing to do one day, and then we saw that Brian Aiton Steen was doing a class at Wrestle Island. We were like, oh, we like Brian. Let's go down there. It was the dead fun session. We didn't do any like warm ups or anything. It was just like a basic lock ups, and then a couple of reversals and stuff. Yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, I love this. So we went back the next day. It was with Sean only, and that's when we decided doing all the squats and the stretching and all the drills. But I love it. I can't wait. Every Sunday I'm there now. So if I could afford it, I'd be there every Saturday and Sunday. But I just can't afford £60 a month at the moment for both of us to go. So
I get it.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, so it's £30 a month for 4 sessions. So
that's Wrestle Island, isn't it?
Sorry, Wrestle Island.
Yeah, I think I've only been Wrestle Island once so far, just because of where I live. I would like to get there more. Because at the minute, I'm currently training at Future Shock in LWF. And I know like Stop Pro Wrestling has just opened a training school, which I need to get down to.
I've heard that's really good, but everyone keeps saying it's so expensive, and I've not looked up how much it is, but I'm guessing it's not £10 a session if people are saying that.
I think it's £20 a session for Stop Pro. But I don't know if that's for all classes. I think that's the price for the advanced class, but don't quote me on it because I might be wrong.
Yeah, I'm not 100%. So was, like, if I haven't mentioned, was Jamie Noble who you wanted to like mold your style around when you start training? Was it?
You know what? I'm not too sure. I know it is now. I know Tyson Kidd is. Because if you listen to, or if you watch any of my matches, I do kind of adopted Tyson Kidd's noise that he makes when he attacks people, and that wasn't on purpose. I think it's just natural.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jamie Noble's the person I try to be like now, not to copy everything of his, because to me you should be unique with your character. But I feel like I've fallen into the path of just copying a lot of his stuff. But I always change up my moves and stuff like that, so it's not exactly one wrestler's stuff, so it's my own. But yeah, I think I've just nicked Jamie Noble's ideas and kind of made them my own, as well as time.
Well, the
gear's not the same. That's the one thing I've got.
I always say it's like when you create a wrestler on one of the SmackDown games. It's like you'll always start off with like I usually start with like Vader's moves as my base, but then I go, oh, I like that move and I like that move, and by the end of it, it's not. But barely any of them are Vader's moves at the end because you've got so many inspirations from other bits. But yeah, so that's what I'm hoping. Yeah, I've not even come up with a moveset yet. I've barely done anything. I've just had like 3 training matches so far. So yeah, my son likes to remind me I've not won any of them yet, and I said it's massive.
You don't need to be learning anything too crazy at the beginning. It's always good to get like the basics and stuff and learn how to get into it naturally. Because I know some people like to just jump into doing the moves, which are cool, but you kind of got to earn that, because I think I try doing a lot of dangerous, not necessarily dangerous moves too quickly, especially stuff like spike bumps. Yeah, I don't spike bumps because it hurts, and you shouldn't really be doing it like that. But I think I got a bit too giddy when I first started training. But oh no.
Yeah, back bumps I found really hard to do. I just think because I'm 40 and I started training at 40, my body's like, why the hell do you want to jump on your back? And it's like, but it's took nearly a year for me to just be able to do it. It was just something in my head. I could do front bumps, I could do side bumps, I could do flip bumps, but I kept landing on like my lower back. the top of my arse rather than the back. Yeah, something. Yeah.
Feels weird when I do it at training, but if I'm on a show, it just feels natural.
That's why I say I could take a suplex, take a body slam, take clothesline, a shoulder. I do it, but just tell me to do a back bump. It's just
I know. It's right.
That's weird. Yeah. So, what was your idea? What was your idea for a character? Like when you first started, is like, are you gonna be like David? Did you have it?
To be fair, when I first started, I did the normal thing that everyone does of having the proper American accent, which I don't know why, but everyone who trains, or a lot of people, always have the American accent for no reason, or what we assume the American accent sounds like. I tried being like this really big hench character, but because I'm small, I do it now when I have matches. I always purposely tense and show my muscles because I'm not the biggest guy. It works.
Yeah,
I do go to the gym and stuff like that, and I do have muscle, but I'm not big, so it works. So it's like, oh, look what I'm showing off, and to some of the crowd, it's impressive, but to a lot of them, it's like, what are you doing? So you just look dumb.
I guess it's like anything, and I guess like cats do it just to make themselves look bigger, and it's like it's just a natural reaction to things, isn't it? It's just to show off what you've got. So
I think that was me original idea, as well as being the proper Lancashire wrestler. But the more I know about wrestling, the less people, especially in other areas, don't really care or know about Lancashire or like that. But because I was from here, I was like, oh, everyone must know about this place. Obviously, but I was less knowledgeable when I first started.
Yeah, I think I've got like loads of ideas, but trying to condense them into a character that works on a show. Keep up there. I've got notes and notes and notes of all. This will be good, but whether it be a consistent character, that's what I'm struggling with now. But I guess you don't know until you start putting in front of a crowd what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah, you've got to see. Plus, you've always got to like adapt and change. Especially not all crowds are the same, so you've always got to see what they're like and change it up a little bit. But yeah, you'll pick a character or you'll pick something you want. You'll have to change it up a little bit because it probably won't be how you have it in your head. Yeah.
I think every seminar we've had so far is like the character you've got in your head now. That's not your character.
Basically, is that?
I've got ideas, and I'm really looking forward to getting. Yeah, because I think there's starting trainee shows soon at Wrestle Island. So he's going to film them, put them on their Patreon apparently. So I'm looking forward to that.
It's good ways to get in front of, because I'm assuming they'll have like people there watching. It's always a good way to get used to the crowd.
He's going to have friends and family shows to begin with to get used to crowds. He said so there'll be free shows for friends and family. Yeah, and then he's going to have the VIP match is going to be a temple match before each Wrestle Island show. So that's kind of the aim of the temple, the trainees to try and get there's a VIP match on the show. So he's got great ideas, Pete. I think so.
I like that idea. That's quite a good idea.
Mm-hmm. So take us back to your first show. So what do you remember about in hindsight was a good match? You've been back and watched it and stuff. So.
What, my first match, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have watched it a lot of times, to be fair. I'm not a massive fan of watching my stuff back, but I do watch my stuff back because you have to learn from what you've done previously. Mm-hmm. I was so skinny. As much as I'm small now and I'm not the biggest, I was really skinny back then. Very pale. I've just naturally gone less pale for some reason. I was really pale when I first started. My voice, it used to be a proper northern voice. My voice has just kind of like naturally changed. Mm-hmm. But the match actually went fine, to be fair, because when I'm in the ring, I don't tend to get nervous. anymore. But in my first match, I was nervous before I went out because I usually am behind Kirsten. I'm like proper like nervous, especially if it's a new company that I've not been to before. But well, I've just seen the match. I've enjoyed it. There was a few things that maybe went wrong, stuff like that. I remember I got smacked as hard as possible in the face by person's super kick, which I'm going to say it wasn't a very safe super kick, but we'll leave it at that. I don't want to drop people's names in this, but it wasn't great. But the match was all right within itself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's a bit of a shock when like I've been jawed twice in training, and it's like, when you say hit them there, and they slightly miss and just hit you right in the jaw. You're like, oh no! To go to the office with a huge bruise on my jaw tomorrow.
To be fair, I think I got hit in the nose once before because the middle part of my nose, the bit that goes down the middle, hangs out one side of my nostril. Because I got a knee to the nose and now my nose is broke.
Oh
so,
no!
And it's not one of them you can just snap back into place. You have to get it sorted. So yeah, it's not for me. I'm leave it as it is. My nose is how it is now.
Oh, you got a story about being out for everybody else as well.
It's a good story, super. But again, I won't drop people's names in. Because if I do one day, I will accidentally hurt somebody and then they'll tell people and be like, oh no. But yeah.
You said you're a member of the Wrecking Crew, so how did that faction come together, or team?
So there's 4 of us now. Assuming you've heard of Jenny B before. You got Chris Stone, Nick Cutter, and myself. Me and Chris was a tag team called the Coalition. And then we ended up adding new members, and we just changed our name from there. We then went to the Lancashire Wrecking Crew, is how it originally started.
Yes.
And we changed that because Jenny's not from Lancashire, Jenny's Yorkshire. So obviously that wouldn't work. So we changed, not long after being Lancashire Wrecking Crew, changed it to the Wrecking Crew. I think that's a better name than having Lancashire in it because, especially you get booked to the places.
It kind of worked in LWF being the Lancashire because you're kind of there to be the heels and you're kind of wrecking the federation type thing. It could be interpreted that way.
So that stands for Lancashire Wrestling Federation anyway. So, so yeah, it works for that. But it's better that we're just called Wrecking Crew now.
It's a cool name. What's some of your favourite feuds you've had as a team?
Favourite feuds, Aiton. So Aiton Steen. He's probably my favourite person I've wrestled overall just because I've had so many matches and we're both so used to each other now. These are the stuff I don't think about. I watch my stuff and I don't think about what's my favourite stuff. Comedy-wise, I'd say it's Mass Marauder and Mr. B. So they wrestle at LWF.
I've not had a chance to see them a match live yet, but they did do the raffle at the last Kingdom Wrestling, I think. And that was hilarious. So
they're both very, very funny. So I do like doing a bit of comedy, but I'm not massive on comedy wrestling myself.
I can see you being a great straight man in a comedy match, so you just get pissed off by everything the comedy person's doing.
To be fair, that sounds exactly like me in comedy matches. To be fair. I'd say Aiton and Nathan Gunn are my favourite feuds, though, just because, again, Nathan started it around the exact same time as me, and we've wrestled each other quite a lot. I think we wrestled each other in a tag match on Saturday at PCW. His team lost, my team won, just to point that out there. But yeah, I'd say Aiton, then Nathan Gunn's been my favourite feuds so far.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, I've wrestled Isle, I think maybe Aiton's just turned face. He's just been kicked out of the Lost. Or he got battered at the last show by the Lost. So I'm assuming he's been kicked out of the Lost. So I'm interested to see how.
I've got my problems at Wrestle Island as well with VGS. So I'll be going down to see them lads. After I lost to Aiton, they were only 2 of them were there, not all of them. Were backstage to wind me up a little bit. But the week prior to that, I did beat Christy Quinlan, just so I could put that out online.
I did. I saw the match. It's a match I want to watch. Yeah.
And you know what? He's very young. He's very good.
He's very. Like when he told me he was 18, I was like, "What? He can't be 18." Look at you. Is he 19 now? I think he's 19 now, but yeah.
And then you got Pud, who I think's 16 as well.
Yeah, he turned 17 last week. Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah. But he's sick. It's like, and they've got an older brother who's really good as well. He's like.
But I shouldn't be nice about VGS, especially what they keep doing to me. But I'll give credit where it's due. He's a very good wrestler. It's Christy.
Yeah.
Without saying age, I could come after that. Is it under 23s?
Yes, I think Wrestle Island put out a thing on Twitter today saying it's an open challenge again. The next show. So
Never know, he might turn up because I think I might come and watch the next Wrestle Island show. So to see.
Yeah, we did a seminar with Flash Morgan Webster, and one of the things he was doing was we had to lock up and then shoulder barge each other and then clothesline. It was me and Christy, and he didn't go light on me. And then for the next week, I like to say I looked like Cody Rhodes, but I didn't quite look like Cody Rhodes. But I was just bruised to death. And
He's a heavy hitter, but for me that's a good thing.
Yeah,
I loved it. But I think my first training seminar was actually with Flash Morgan Webster as well.
Yeah,
that's when I first started. But yeah, I couldn't come to that one. But did they advertise it like one day before? I think. So I think they sent out a message, but it was a bit too late notice, so I couldn't come down to it.
They put the message out, sold out in 15 minutes. Apparently, so I only got to go because somebody else dropped out. I was like, Pete, if anyone drops out, let me know and I'll be there. But it's like, yeah. So I thought I was going to be working, so I didn't. And then I didn't have to work that weekend. I was like, Yeah, so first thing I did, message Pete. Anyone drops out, I want to be at that session. So, and it was so good. Learned so much. So, like, I like it when they mix the class, when they do like novice and advanced classes mixed together. I just like working with the advanced people because I'm a bit of a mark as well. So
you learn more as well, though, we're wrestling with different people. I think I've been doing since I've been down at Future Shock. I've been put together with 2-Bit a few times.
Oh, yeah, I could see you being a good tag team. So it's like down the road or something.
I do see similarities when I'm in the ring with him, and I like it. But he's someone that I'm learning quite a bit of just by being in the ring with him. So you can always learn especially if you want to get more advanced people, you can learn a lot from them. You can always learn a lot from anyone, to be fair, but yeah, so it's probably good that they're mixing classes and stuff like that. Because again, you can learn off anyone with wrestling.
Yeah, it's fun. So looking forward now, have you got like a wish list of opponents you want to maybe in the next year or so that you want to face, or promotions you want to debut for?
I'll go with wrestlers first. Joey Ayers. I feel like that's on everyone's list is Joey Ayers.
He's wrestling everywhere at the moment though as well. Every show I watch, he's on at the moment.
You can see more places than what he actually is. From Joey, but Lance Rivera would be another one.
I'd like that.
I think a lot of people want to wrestle him as well, especially he's winning a few championships everywhere.
Free championships he's got at the moment.
Sick. But,
I think that would work if he came out doing all his fancy Playboy stuff, and you're just like, what? He's like, yeah, he's pissing you off at everything. It's like, and he'll call you Davey. He'll be like slapping you over the head, going, "Come on, Davey! Come on, Davey!"
I think I'd lose if he did that. I think the other one would probably be 2-Bit as well. Same for he's someone I'd probably like to work with because I feel like we both do have. Not saying we've got the same style, but there is some similarities. So I feel like that'd be a good match for me to be involved in.
Yeah.
Promotion-wise, is I'm only wrestling for quite a lot of promotions that I like. Future Shock is definitely Future Shock should be the thing on most people's minds.
Somewhere I really want to go, Future Shock. I keep saying, but it's just
feel like
get to Stockport on a Sunday and back for the kids. And so it might be something me and my oldest will have to do just one weekend.
They do training. I'm not doing a promotion thing here, but they do training all the way through the week. There's like multiple different teachers and stuff. But I feel like Future Shock's a place where when you have wrestled for them, a lot of eyes are on you, a lot of opportunities open up. Saying that, the wrestlers get that for themselves as well, but I feel like a lot of people pay a lot of attention to Future Shock as well. But other promotions like Infamous, I'd love to wrestle for Infamous. I've been down and helped out on a few of them.
Yeah, I went to the first show, and then I think we had train strikes the next two shows. I've not been able to get those.
I went to the third one, the last one that I just done, and to get the train home, I got back at 1:30 in the morning because they decided to cancel the trains, and I had to get a coach home.
Yeah,
so that was fun. I think it took me about 4.5 hours to get home when it shouldn't have done.
We looked at getting the bus, and I think it was a 2 hours there. And about 2.5 hours back. Well, it was like 2.5 hours of all these drunks on a Saturday night. It's not going to be fun for having a 7-year-old with us as well. Like, okay, we'll watch it on YouTube in a couple of weeks when it comes out. But yeah, I was gutted. I missed Pud going heel and joining VGS. I was like,
yeah, not mentioning VGS, but yeah, do you know what? I enjoyed that match as well. Again, I'm supposed to not be giving them too much credit, VGS, but I did like the Pud and Christie, especially with them being brothers. But I didn't know they can just hit each other. But yeah, they had a really good match, to be fair, that night. And then Christie having to do double duty at the end as well to be part of the tag team. But yeah, they're getting no more credit off me.
Cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, and still LWF Champion,
All right, so if you're a promoter for a day, promoting an event, so using wrestlers you've worked or trained with, wrestlers are associated to you in some way. It can be some obscure reason, just. But, if I give you a match type, you tell me who you put in that match.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So who will be in your opening contest? Get the crowd excited.
Right. Joey Ayers versus
Ooh.
Jack Barron.
Ooh.
So I've seen them do a lot of tag matches together.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him in singles action.
I
But
like Jack. It's funny.
I'd want it to be more of a comedy style match. If we get to choose the match styles as well.
Yeah, you can, it's your show. You can do whatever you want. So.
I want it to be more comedy wise because I know the both can do that very well. Like Joey Ayers and Jack are both great at just getting the crowd going. So that's, for me, that's a really good opener.
Yeah. Who would you have facing heel? So I can imagine it all.
Oh yeah, I didn't think that, did I? I'd say Joey face. Oh, I hate facing heel names. I hate saying facing heel. I'd say Joey's more of the good guy in my eyes.
Yeah.
And I'd say Jack's better at annoying the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Go with that.
Yeah. I like Jack. He's hilarious. I've not really seen much of him before. First time I saw him at Kingdom, but then after that I've kind of looked him up, and it's really funny.
He's doing a rated wrestler as well. He doesn't get as much as whatever. It's me being biased as well because I know him, but I feel like he's one of them who doesn't get as much as it maybe he could get a booking prize and stuff like that. Not saying that people have to book people, but I feel like he's someone who could be out there more.
Definitely. Yeah, I think him and Jenny B together. I think they're the funniest thing. Okay. And next, I usually ask for a comedy match. So, do you want to put that one in, or do you want to? Should we skip that one because you've already
Comedy matches? We'll go with Ryder Hudson versus Jenny B.
Oh yes, that championship.
You what say?
I said that the match at Last Kingdom to crown the first women's championship where they did the.
Oh yeah, they've done singles matches together, haven't they? I was thinking because of the tag match, really, because it's on Jenny and Jack versus Joey and Harley.
Oh, that's a TW. Oh, what's it called? TWF. Yeah, TWA. Yeah.
They've done it at LWF as well. That match.
But that was. Yeah, there was just one spot in there where she did. It was what was it? Oh, she did the
over and hit it.
She she went to do the people's elbow on Jenny, and then when she went in, Jenny stunned her. That was a great spot in the middle of it. Yeah, the crowd went wild. I think it's like that clip's got like 20,000 views on my YouTube. It's really like it's hilarious. Yeah, it's like,
I'll have a look at that later.
Yeah, it might be my Instagram. I'll send you the link to it later. That's one of them. So that'd be fun. Your women's title match.
Could have made that the women's title, couldn't we? Women's title match. That's a hard one because I shouldn't have used Jenny and Harley already. I will go with Kelly Van Ness.
Yes.
Versus Lily Winter versus Lorna Austin in a triple threat.
That'd be fun.
Because there's a lot of different characters in that could work.
The nice clash of styles
I think
as well.
like I'm an actual booker here.
Yeah.
And that's a match I probably would like. We'll go with that. Kelly Van Ness, Lily Winter, Lorna Austin Women's Championship match.
I like that. Yeah. I'm loving Lorna Austin at the moment. So I think she's doing amazing things like Progress and stuff. And so, I think the Lana Aoki, whatever it was, Lana and karaoke, they somehow mixed that word together. And I thought, yeah, it was brilliant. So, your mid-card title match, so like a workhorse title.
If I'm taking a pause, it's because I'm thinking.
Yeah, sorry.
Right. We'll go with Aiton Steen.
Yes.
I'm going to throw myself in there because I'm on here, so I might as well do. Versus Dave. So Aiton versus me versus Dave Birch. So I wrestled him the other day, and he's really, really good.
He's amazing. Yeah, he should be more places.
He should be. We'll go with my stunt double, Jack Johnson. Who's actually one of the most politest people that you can meet.
Mm-hmm.
Which is shocking when you see him in the ring.
Yeah, he's night and day with real character versus real person.
And we'll make this a weird match. We're going to make it a 5-way. We'll throw in JJ Webb as well.
Oh, yeah. That'd be fun.
Do I pick who goes over on these? We just pick matches.
If you definitely want to, but you don't usually just pick a card.
I'll just go with picking the card, otherwise it's going to get too
Yeah, I've had people in the past where they just my open contest will be a battle royal between every other person I've ever worked with who I've not put on the card, just because they don't want to insult people.
This match I'm planning is like this show's expensive already that I'm planning. Not a battle royal, no.
Cool. A hardcore extreme rule style match. This could be anything from like silly 24/7 stuff straight up to death match. It's up to you on how hardcore you want to go. So.
Do it right. Los Lancudos, Mr. B and Mass Marauder, because
Yeah.
and they're a funny duo who've weirdly done street fights and stuff like that, which would be odd, especially with the characters. I feel because I want this to be in a tag match. We'll do a triple threat tag. We'll do it with a wrecking crew, so Nick Cutter and Chris Stone. And we'll throw in Christie and Pud.
Quintessential.
And then against VGS, we'll have it a 4-way tag team.
Ooh.
Just because I've got all the budget here, we'll make it a crazy tag team match.
I think for a portion this will be an 8-man tag, but then it'll get down. If you made an elimination, it'll get down to like quintessential versus VGS, and you're like, It's
I like that. I need to fancy book more. I like this.
You need to have looked at the list I sent to you, because the next one is your tag title match, and you just choose loads of tag teams.
Right, so the final 2 teams in that match will fight for the tag titles. There we go. We fixed it.
Yeah. If you fix that. Yeah, later in the night. Yeah.
Later tonight, we'll go with that.
Cool, and then it's your main event. So.
I've done the names already. Right, we'll have Rob Drake.
Ooh, yeah.
That's going to give me a sec with this one. So we've got Rob Drake.
Another underrated wrestler, needs to be more places. He's branching out now. I see him all the time.
Places now, because I know he's done. He recently wrestled for Progress at the Full of Wrestling. Fortunately, I weren't there, so I didn't get to see any of the matches. Sorry, this one's taking me a while. The winner of the first match between Joey and Jack Barron will join Rob Drake.
Yeah.
I'm going to make this a triple threat because I like Rob Drake. We're going to say Joey Hayes wins that first match because I like Rob Drake and Joey Hayes in that. I know there's loads of wrestlers, but now I'm trying to think about it. Like proper, like baffling me. And 2-bit.
Ooh. Yeah, I
Only
like
because
that.
I've been nice about Tubi on here, so I feel like I should slot him in there.
Yes.
So
I
Rob
like that.
Drake, Joey Ayres, and 2-bit triple threat. Feel like you've got a bit of everything in that match. Comedy, Joey Ayres,
Scrappy.
big strong wrestler. You got Rob Drake, and then you've got 2-bit. Who, yeah, the scrappy wrestler in that.
Yeah, big brawler, the batter you, bite your knees. It's like,
Please say there's no more matches after this because
no,
I
there's
may
no more match.
maybe say pre-show and stuff out because I've done everything.
That's a great card. I really love to watch that.
Expensive. It's expensive.
It's so expensive.
There's a lot of wrestlers in there. A lot of wrestlers. But I like that. Sounds like a good card. I'm never
Sounds like-
booking it. I don't have the money for that. But I like it.
It sounds like something Wrestle Island put together. They never just have one on. Just always some crazy amount of people.
I don't. Did I do any one matches? I did. The first two were 1-on-1, weren't they? I just made multiple matches.
Cool. So where can people see you in the near future?
Well, now I'm Anthony Getski. I will still be part of the LWF. Bolton Town Wrestling. Maybe some more stuff with PCW. I don't want to give away too much stuff with what might come up. Possibly Odyssey Pro Wrestling again. I'm trying to think about WrestlePoint now.
I need to get there again. I've not been there for a while.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
I think that's it for me at the minute. I've got coming up that I can say.
Cool. I'll put links to the tickets for Kingdom because that's next week in the description if anybody wants to go. But yeah, I do recommend. It's a really fun show. So can't wait. It turns into expensive the show because it turns into let's have a day out to Southport and then go to wrestling after a day out to Southport. So
Is it in the Stockport?
It's like, can we go to the fair?
Is it in the
Southport
market?
Yeah,
it's
same place it was last time.
That's right.
You know, I was just like, can we go to the fair? I said, no, we can't go to the fair. It costs £100 for all four of us to go to the fair. So yeah, and then we want to go to toy shop, and then we'll go on to go Mackey's for tea, and you're like, just go for the. Cool. All right. So before we go, have you got any social media you would like to promote, or?
Yes, if I can remember them properly. So at Twitter, it's now Getski. On Instagram, it's Anthony Getski. Facebook, it's Anthony Getski Wrestler. And YouTube and TikTok is just Anthony Getski.
So,
my TikTok will be a change after this.
Yeah.
I remembered.
You need to change your link tree on your Facebook so it still has.
Right. The link tree thing is being a pain because it won't let me change the name thing, which is annoying me. So I keep trying to edit it and it won't let me.
Yeah, I went to go on your Twitter today and I was like, no, that's not it. I was like, I know it is it. And then it was A. It's still sending me to D. Getski. So, but I'll put links in the descriptions if anybody wants to go follow you. So I've really enjoyed speaking today. I'd love to have you on again in the future. That was a lot of fun. So, and I'll see you on. Yeah, I'll probably see you next Saturday. So I'll say hello. Okay, that was fun. Okay, start recording.